PKA.
Link in the description, annotation on the side, all that cool stuff.
Check them out. You know, if guns did get made illegal, Kyle, I'd be excited for the Nucky Thompson style rule that you imposed on Atlanta as the new kingpin there. You're the only one with the supply.
So I know that it's become like a pop culture thing. Like the zombie preparedness became a whole industry. But I have to say, like, long before any of that stuff, my cousin and I were praying for the zombie apocalypse. Long before it was a pop culture thing. When if you even mentioned it, somebody would be like, "What's this?" You know, before that big wave of zombie movies around 2004 and going into like 2008, they were with 28 Days Later and the day after. All those movies came out and it became really big, and it still is. Zombies.
Personally, I wanted a comet.
A comet?
Mm-hmm.
And what would the comet do?
It would wipe out the bulk of the population so that I could have everybody's shit.
See, that the problem with that is... see, I don't want the shit unless there are people to envy my shit. Like if you just take all the people away... That's like a... You're talking about Twilight Zone episode is what you're talking about, where you're like, it's mine! And then you're like looking around for someone to praise you.
Finally, time to read, you know.
Thank you. Great one. But I wanted the zombies. I wanted a complete breakdown of society... You know, flesh-eating zombies sprinting around eating people, and I wanted to be able to utilize all my fun toys.
Yeah, in my scenario, it was lucky me that me and a few friends were in a building with steel walls that didn't get impacted by the comet. And,
radiation.
There was a movie, and I think that was the premise.
Night of the Comet. Yeah, it's got Robert
right?
Beltran. Yeah, with Robert Beltran. That's a good movie.
I hung on to that, like in the same way that maybe when you were little, you wanted to be a superhero, and you didn't completely give up on the notion that maybe you've got lurking superpowers until somewhere during puberty, right?
Didn't it turn people who were directly exposed to the comet into like powder, and there were these colored piles of powder everywhere, and the people who were only like a little exposed turned into like zombies.
So if you were in a vault or something, you were good to go. But if
like
you were in
character.
If you were in a shed out of metal where you stored a lawnmower that wasn't sealed, then you were just like a little crazy and you were kind of bad guys. And so, you know, I figured that we'd just get through the bad guys. You know, I don't know how exactly, but I was 12 and I was confident. And then we would just enjoy all the amazing stuff. Like there was a scene in there when the guy's like, "Nice car," and it's a Ferrari. He's like, "Oh, you like it? I got 12 of them."
Yeah, I always liked those movies. Omega Man with Charlton Heston was one of my favorites. It starts out and he's like, I don't remember if he's driving like a 69 Camaro or 69 Mustang, but it's one or the other. Maybe not even that correct year, but that body style. And he's just driving through the streets and he's got his 8-track playing some cool song. And you know, he's Charlton Heston. Look at like 10 Commandments Charlton Heston. He's looking good. He's fucking like riding in this convertible through town, and all of a sudden zombies attack, and he like whips the thing sideways, blasting a machine gun with one hand and driving with the other, kills all the fucking zombies. He happens to be at like a Ford dealership. So he just hops out, walks over, and hops in a brand new Mustang this time, and just spins ass, you know, hauling out of there. That's a cool movie too. They're all a derivative of that same book. Even the Will Smith movie, I Am Legend.
Yeah, I like that movie. Except that his situation seemed very difficult. I would have died a long time ago.
Yeah, those vampires were scary.
They
Poor
were
dog, right?
like super athletic vampires, and and they attacked him at night when he slept. I sleep at night. I can't.
That's what they did to Omega Man. Yeah. So look, I got to ask this: like, why is it that you feel it so much more when that German Shepherd dies than you would if when you found out about Will Smith's wife dying early in the movie and his kid? Like, and that happens time